All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I thought we would take a look at these axes that I just kind of dug out of my shop here. And if I'm being honest, I kind of forgot what I had. But I thought we'd take a look at them because I'm getting ready to embark on quite the adventure with these axes. So I've bought these axes over the years. I didn't buy them all at once. But I've bought them over the years and I've kind of stashed them away here and there. Some in the drawers, some in the corners, just kind of all over the place. And these are all the axes that need some sort of attention. They either need hung or cleaned up, and maybe I'm going to save the handle. Now I do have a couple more axes in the house that could use some TLC. But we're not going to worry about those right now. They're good enough for display. I don't really use those axes. Most of them would be what you would call wall hangers. Some of these are wall hangers as well. I'm not the kind of person that has to use every axe I own. I also don't think every axe is a wall hanger. So I want to put together a nice selection of user axes, and most of these fit that category. They just need some TLC or hung. My plan is to hang all these axes and get them user ready. Now I won't keep them all. I probably will, but there'll be some finished axes for sale. No, I'm not interested in selling any heads the way they are. I don't know what axes I will sell, if any, but I'm probably gonna sell some of them. I just don't need them all, and some of them just don't fit in my collection. So let's take a closer look at all these axes and see what we're up against. I'm not even quite sure where you start with something like this, but I guess we'll just start here. This pile here is sort of a, I'm probably gonna save the handle and leave it in the condition it is pile. So right off the rip here, we have a very cool Keen cutter. It's got a very nice stamp on it. I believe you would consider this a Dayton pattern. And the handle it's on could be original. And it's a 34-inch handle, and overall the handle's in pretty good condition. So this axe here would just be clean all the paint off and maybe scrape the varnish off of this handle and get a closer look at what we have here and go from there. It's most likely going to be saved with that handle. I was going to take the handle off of this axe. This is what they call a miner's axe. It's a no-name jersey. I don't see any markings on it. There might be something when we clean it up. But I was going to take it off and put it on a longer handle, but that could come in handy, wedge banger. So I'm actually going to leave it. That's how it came to me. I'm going to leave it on that handle. I'm just going to clean it up nice and go from there. This is one that I hung years ago. It's another E.C. Simmons Keen cutter. The stamp is pretty weak, and the toe here and the bit's pretty beat up, but overall it's not bad. It's kind of like a boy's axe size. It's a pretty small, probably 2.5 pound head. I believe this is a house handle. So I think there's some work here that can be done to make this handle nicer and just clean that up. I think that thing will work just fine. So Plum National on original handle Permabond. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this yet, if too much at all. I might try to seat it back on the handle there and just clean it up, leave it in its current condition. This is a very large True Temper Kelly Perfect Dayton pattern on original handle. We know that because it says True Temper Kelly Perfect. The handle's kind of beat up. It's got some overstrike up here, missing part of the shoulder. It's still hung decent. You can see it's even a ribeye. So we'll clean it up, see what happens. I'd like to preserve the handle because it is original. I don't know how that's going to work out. This is a really nice True Temper Red Warrior Kelly Works pretty nice little axe head here. It just needs seated on this handle better. This is a Killinger handle. I did not hang it or finish it. So we're gonna rehang that, save out that handle. So be some good videos on how to save out a handle coming up. This is another patent applied for, Plum National. This is a very large one. I should weigh this. Somebody's probably looking for this thing. These are very sought after. Very large Plum National, and that's on also a Killinger handle, but it's not hung right. I bought it like this. It's not hung right. We're gonna seat it where it needs to be. Get that stain off the handle. I don't like stain. I don't like that stain. And fix it up the way it should be. And then last here on the cleanups, this is a Pulaski. This is a Pulaski that I hung years ago, very early on in my hobby. So I did octagon this handle. It does have a nice octagon. I'm just gonna clean that up and see if I can get the handle looking better. I'd kind of like to get rid of my old Maker's Mark. I don't use that anymore. We'll see. If not, I'll just hang it on a new handle. Just hang it. So that's that pile. So let's work our way around the table here. All right, I did kind of sort these out a little bit. So we just have a nice selection of boys axe / hatchet heads, which I am not a hatchet guy, but I do have a few here, so we'll probably hang them. This is a no-name hatchet of some sort, or boys axe. I don't know, I just really like the profile on that thing. This is a Ward's Master quality, or Ward's Master. Yeah, Ward's Master quality. These are actually really good heads. This is a old wood slasher. Kelly Works wood slasher is a very old wood slasher. This one I hung. I did cut. Look at that, wedge is all the way down there. My goodness, that was a good job. Anyways, I didn't like the handle, so I did cut it off. We're gonna redo. Oh, that was that homemade handle I did that I didn't like. We'll redo that. This is a king cutter of some sort. Oh, look, there's a little wedge stuck in there. This is a brand new Snow and Neely boys axe. I had several of these. And then what do we got here? Oh, this is a late model American Beauty axe. Hatchet. So we'll get those all squared away. Here's a Norland hatchet, hunter's hatchet. Put that on a handle. A nice Winchester hatchet or boys axe. A Gamble's Artisan. True Temper FSS. And then just some no-name random. Oh no, this one's got a name. It's a number 3 R King cast steel hewing half hatchet, I guess. This is a really cool little plum hatchet that I had started to make a handle for. We're gonna finish it, but actually we're gonna use this as a template to make more hatchet handles. We'll get into that later on. This is a really nice king cutter hewing hatchet that is on a curved handle, but it's not finished. I need to finish hanging it. Actually, I don't know if that's gonna get, we'll see. See if they'll leave that on there. And then this will be the last for the hatchets. This is some just crazy little tiny hatchet with phantom bevels. Oh, I can't read the whatever it says. I can't read it, but it's got phantom bevels. How cool is that? I'm not a hatchet guy, but that's cool. So that's it for hatchets and boys axes. We're gonna get those all squared away, and some of those will be available, I'm sure. I'm not gonna keep them all. I'm not a hatchet guy. I don't know why. This is a really cool, doesn't look it now, but this is a really cool axe. This is a man edge tool, actual Rockaway pattern. It's got some bit damage. We'll have to address that. but there's a lot of heat treat left in it. Somebody soaked it in vinegar. We'll clean that all up and it'll make it look like it never happened. You can put a nice patina on this thing, put a good edge on it. That is going to be a cool axe to own. That's probably 3.5, 4 pounds. This is a big old 5-pound plum. I guess you would say Dayton pattern. Just a big old hunk of steel right there. I bet that thing will split wood like nothing. All right, guys, well, I kind of sorted these out in Michigan's, Rafters, Hudson Bay-ish. I think Montreal's maybe. Another national, and then Dayton's. So we'll just go through these real quick. We got a Dunlap, Michigan, a BBB, Bingen's Best Made, our best brand, a really nice Kelly, True Temper Kelly handmade. That's a really nice one. And then a Fan and Bevel True Temper Kelly Perfect. Just had some bit work done to it. Oh no, that axe is gonna fall. Then you got a Norland log splitter. Norland log splitter, but right next to it is the same axe, but this is a Collins, I believe. Same axe. I think these are Montreal patterns. I don't know. This is a Collins. This might actually be a mix. This might actually be a Michigan pattern, but it's a, I can't remember. I can't remember the brand on that. Made in Cleveland. I don't think it's Bingham's. That actually looks more like a Michigan. This one does too. This is a Collins Legitimus. Those are both Michigans. I don't know what I'm thinking. Collins Legitimus, and then Plum National. Nice size Plum National. When you get in our Daytons, we got a True Temper Flint Edge. A True Temper Flint Edge Kelly Works, USA. Another True Temper Kelly Works, or Red Warrior, I'm sorry, this one's a Red Warrior. So those are all pretty cool. Working down the line here, we start to get into my favorites. These are all Connie's Connecticut pattern axes. Believe this one's just, well, it did have a name on it, but might not be retrievable, but it's a Connie. Another Connie. Western Auto Stores. A True Temper World's Finest Kelly Works, Connecticut. A Collins Legitimus, Connecticut. Another Collins Legitimus, Connecticut. And then a Arvika 5-star. I've already hung one of these. This will be the second one. So I have a hunch that one, when I get to it, will probably be available. We'll see. Don't get too excited when I say that, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to hang all these axes. I know I'm going to get started on it, and I'm going to try really hard to get them all hung this year. That's my goal. I want all these axes done. I want them out of my drawers, out of the quarters, usable. I'm not sure what this pattern would be called, but it is a Plum Victory. I'd have to get in the archives to figure out what the pattern is on that guy. But it is a Plum Victory. It's pretty cool. So I'm moving right down the line here. We do have a couple more Pulaski axes. This one being a True Temper Flint Edge Kelly Works. Really nice Pulaski. It's kind of a smaller one, lighter weight. That's going to be a pretty cool tool when it's done. And then this one here is a True Temper Kelly Works, the World's Finest, with the oval Kelly label. Another nice Pulaski. It's gonna make really nice tool. Then we got this big Whamma Jamma. It's a hewing axe. I only have a couple hewing axes in my collection. I can't quite make out what this thing says, but that's gonna be a really cool hewing axe to have. And this is a special axe. This is a 17.2 Kelikoski finish axe. These are really neat, unique axes. That's going to be a special hang. They're a little different than our American axes, but really cool axes. I actually have a couple more of these. They're pretty beat up. I'm not going to waste my time hanging them. This one's really nice. I'm going to hang this one and call it good. Whew. All right, we're getting down to the end here. This is some Kentucky patterns and some plum Rockaways. I guess we're calling them. I believe that's a Kentucky, no, excuse me, I believe that's a Kentucky pattern. But that is a, no name. Does have a nice thin bit. It's got some sunk in cheeks. So that's a really thin bit. I bet that thing will make a good chopper. Then we got a Collins Homestead. Again, I believe that's a Kentucky pattern. I don't think that's a Jersey pattern. What say you? Kentucky, Jersey? Then we get into the plum Rockaways. I guess they call them plum Rockaways or plum jerseys. These are really cool bits. They have a nice wide profile, big poles. These are all the same axe, just different weights. Each one's just a little bigger than the next. This thing's a monster. That's a monster axe. That's gotta be 5 pounds. Now we start getting into the some of the special axes. So I do have another double bit American Beauty axe. Some of you guys have seen the one I've already restored. So when we get to this, we'll make this one look exactly like the other one that I restored, and we'll have twins. This is a very special Black Raven. It is a wedge double bit. It is a very rare axe. You just don't see wedge double bits. And it is in all original condition. It does say True Temper on the backside. 3.3, a 3.3 marking. There's a 4 underneath. I'm not sure what the 4 stands for. This thing's very, very cool. The etch is not great, but it's not the worst one I've ever seen. So this thing's gonna turn out nice. I'm not 100% sure which direction we're gonna go with that. We might just leave the head alone and put a handle on it and call it good. We'll see. We do have a very rare, genuine Norland full-size double bit axe. I showed this in my Norland videos. This is a nice True Temper double bit FSS for service. This is a Gambriel's Artisan full-size double bit. This is a pretty rusty True American double bit. Very cool True Temper Vulcan Kellyworks. A very nice full bitted plum 4-pounder. We'll get that thing cleaned up, get it looking smooth and shiny, and put some patina on it. Another of the same axe, but with partial sticker on it still, which we might try to save on. And then another Ward's Masters Phantom Bevel double bit. Pretty nice axe, actually. Ward Master. Then we work our way down here. We have a bunch more American Beauties. This is a nice American Beauty hatchet, a nice American Beauty hewing hatchet that even has an offset head. That's going to be cool. An American Beauty half hatchet. All these etches are really good on these. And then this is a later American Beauty half hatchet. I don't really like half hatchets, but you gotta buy them when they have American Beauty on them. It's just, I think that's a rule. So back here in the back row here, we have a couple axes that I have started on. This one is really cool. It is a Boys Axe Connecticut, which are very rare. This will be the second one in my collection. And this is a Red Elm Boys Axe handle, 28-inch Red Elm. This is a Kelly Handmade Michigan pattern that I'm hanging on a French curve. And this is a very, very, very nice True Temper Kelly Perfect jersey that I hung on a straight stick years ago before I knew what I was doing. So I might redo that. I haven't decided yet. That's why it's kind of just sitting here. But I will most likely, I think I'm gonna hang that on a Killinger French curve. I think that thing is worthy of a Killinger French curve. And then in the way back here, I almost forgot, this is a very special axe. This is a Gamble's Artisan, and the numbers are what matters here. This is a T04-14 13-65. This, my friends, is Dick Proennke's axe. This is the axe that Dick Proennke used that's been recently documented by Lost Art Press. They just released a book last year, and I can't remember the name of the book. Maybe I'll put a link in the description. But it's all about Dick Proennke's tools and things he made, and it's a very nice book. And they talk about this axe, and this is the axe that Dick Proennke owned. Now, I don't believe that he built his cabin with this axe. I believe this axe came along later because it is a cruiser, and I don't know. Some of the pictures don't match, but what's in the book and what they found current is this cruiser axe, and that's a special axe. And then this is another cruiser double bit. That's just a Gamble's Artisan, just another cruiser double bit. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to do a quick run through of these axes. It's hard to make a video like this super interesting. I'm probably not gonna do a lot of editing or music in this one. I'll just kind of splice all the clips together and let it fly. I just want to share this with you guys before I'm actually gonna put these away again, which it sounds counterproductive, but I'm gonna put them away in a way that I can get to them easily to get started on hanging and restoring these things. I want to get my bench cleaned back off, and I want to try and get this long wall finished. I want to finish it off like the wall back here, the pallet wall, and then I want to get this cabinet here. I want to get this cabinet hung up. I have an idea for that. So I want to try and get things organized in the shop and get things situated so that I can go full bore on all these axes and give them all the attention that I need to give them, and I'm not distracted by everything around me, because this is going to be a huge undertaking. There's, I believe, 72 axes here. That's a lot. I mean, even if I did one a day, that's 72 days. So I'll have to do more than one a week, because 72 weeks would take too long. And yeah, I mean, I've had these heads kicking around here for a long time, and I just figured it's time to get them hung on sticks. Like, there's a lot of axes here I want to use, and can't use them if they're not hung. So that's the plan anyway, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below which axe is your favorite axe, and we'll see you in the next video.